the both of you have always like played walking on eggshells when it comes to other people's opinions, as far as folding over, as far as not thinking for yourself. This person is an example of that, but I feel like with them, it's always been strictly family. They never wanted to disappoint their family. This collective, I feel like you were like that with a lot of people. And again, this person brought it out of you. And that's where I feel like you could have looked at this person as insensitive, because it's like, it's funny that don't make this detail fit. This person always wanted to impress their family, whoever it is in their household, okay? Where as far as I feel like, again, with this person, outside interferences, they don't care. So, for example, if this collective, it were to tell them to leer them off a direction, there could have been memories. This person could have been spiteful with you or don't tell me what to do, but when it came to their family, they bowed down towards it. There could have been some true, like, trauma when it came to, like, family for this person. Again, this is how this person feels about you, but this is something I feel like they're learning right now. Truly. But yeah, they're keeping tabs on you. What's this watching? I'm only going to do a couple more because I got a lot going on here. Past life. They're starting to awaken towards this connection. Yeah, there is something I feel like when it does come to this person, I will say, I think whatever form of sneakiness that's coming, I think it is, you are going to experience their sensitive side. However, their commitment right now is a little questionable, especially if they got all this nonsense going on behind the scenes. But again, I feel like with this person, intuitively, I gotta be honest, I feel like I'm being too harsh on them. But I feel like they still got their runner boots on. And I got runner at the bottom, or I said runner, but that's chaser. That's where I just said I felt like I was being too hard on your person. I really thought that was a runner card. That's chaser. Let's pray this person can come in and do this correctly, but let's see what else do they think of you. Oh, okay. So then, juggling, okay, and then February 7th through March 19th. That was clearly a memory. I think this person also is reflecting on, I feel like that may have been the time you guys broke up. However long ago that was. It was clearly, maybe it was this winter, but even then, I feel like you guys have been separated for a minute. Whatever that part applies, but there was, I feel like immediately when I see these two, you guys broke up during this time, February 7th through March 19th. It could have been a little bit earlier for sure, but that is a memory, and I think that is something they're kind of reflecting on. Yeah, the distance, truly. This person, unfortunately, when things broke off, they really thought that they weren't in the wrong because, again, that's all they were normalized to, was following opinions or advice from family members. Let me do one more maybe to confirm what is going on with the family critical junctures. Magical Muse, I became inspired by your presence, your energy, your beauty. Without you, I'm missing my tools to create my next masterpiece. That's how they look at you. This is beautiful, I have to say, the way this person's looking at you. It's like a funny message of, I love you, I'm here, but I also got all this going on at the same time. That's also where I feel like the way they're coming in is going to be odd. At this point, I'm having a hard time reading your person. There is truly some strategizing going on. There's a lot of research being built up. You know, like this person, he's on his laptop and he's just glued. Your person's figuring something out. Makes me curious. I have to say that they don't want to screw this up. Okay. All right. Now, I want to see what is this Actually, before I tap into that, just kidding, 1 second. I just briefly want to go and see what is going on between your person and the third parties or party that could be going on. I just want to see what's happening right there. I just said in part 1, I got divination abuser. Your person could truly be a spiritual person. Or when you met them, they were tapping in or maybe interested in spirituality of some form. And I wish I didn't put it up so quickly. But, you know, with that magical muse card right here, you know, I always look at that as my little spiritual, right here, my little spirituality card. Again, that's how this person looks at you. You know, again, go this entire reading. This collective, I think you're very thankful for this person, the lesson they taught you as far as not bending the knee to every other opinion. This person is thankful that you've awoken them. And that's why I feel like the way that they look at you so lighthearted is because you both have taught each other so freaking much. And it's beautiful. Regardless of this ending between the two of you. It's nice. I'm hearing there's no hard feelings. Truly, don't make that fit. Oh, and then I got crying over you and then jackpot right there. Winning money. Oh, now I got legal issues. Ooh, this person could be going to court for for your person. They could be going to court over this. It could, with jackpot, if there's court involved, it could literally be doing something to do with money, especially played out, shut up, and fishing for comments. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, this person grew up in a very obsessive lover, or like dangerously toxic, unhealthy, possessive, and karmic. I'm not staring at that as a lover. This person could have been with possessive people in the past, but again, I'm seeing more of, why am I feeling a mom figure? I'm hearing the term mama's boy, daddy's boy, whatever. I'm hearing that term a little bit. But that's what I'm saying with that possessiveness right there. And again, like I said, if this person has always been with the family that's very controlling, very over this person, they could have tried to control some finances, and they're, Let me just do a couple more. Haunted, and then blocking right here. I think there's truly fights going on, and that's what I'm saying with that haunted. It's, talking about memories. I think this person is literally reflecting right now on, your guys' breakup or your guys' separation, how you guys separated. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like your person's truly blaming, like pointing the finger at their family right now, saying you're the reason, I couldn't have this or I couldn't have that in my life. It's good because they're awakening, but at the same time, there's not too, and I understand, like, if I'm feeling that anger that's coming out of your person, the way I'm thinking, I can understand where it's coming from. But at the same time, okay, yeah, always partying. That's where I'm kind of saying they never took really accountability for themselves. Marrying for money. I brought up, earlier, obsessive lover. Whether you're aware of it or not, family could have tried to hook your person up with somebody else, for just saying. Like, there's a lot of control going on. With that always partying, this person's always been very, they're not take accountability for themselves as much as saying, like, I should have, like, never had to put up with this. I chose to put up with this behavior myself. But again, I can understand where the anger's coming from your person, because they're like, wait a minute, you're the reason I can't be happy. You took all this from me. Clean those details fit. All right, now, actually, I want my animal deck. I don't use this one too much. I miss it. All right, I want to see now what is this person's next intentions towards you? Okay. What is this person's next intentions? Judgment and justice? Are you kidding me? Holy crap. They're coming in quick. But they're going to be sneaky. So as funny, I'm not going to tell you, it could be, I'm going to be honest, it could be now. It could literally be a few days. It could be maybe a couple weeks tops. Sneaky, literally like the snake. I'm telling you, you're not going to see. Again, go this whole reading to make sure it makes sense. Holy crap. Yeah, Queen of Cups. That's what I'm saying. They've worked on their sensitivity. Is it there as far as that masculine energy? Gender doesn't matter, no. But that's what I'm saying. There's a little bit of naiveness, a little bit towards their motives. But it's not really a bad thing. And I think the one thing they want to do is apologize. And there's a reason I've been so lenient with this person as far as trying to figure out what edge they're on. And again, I feel like your person's very angry or very hyped up when it comes towards his family. And that the only thing I will say, again, use discernment. But just be careful, because they're coming in from a place of, and that's where I'm saying, it could look deceitful, or that's where I was seeing that Seven of Swords, because they may try to come to you as far as like a lineage, like a person to kind of lean on. Do I think that's what they're intentionally doing? No, but that's where it may come off as, especially if you look at this person's very insensitive. I could see where the boat may be a little bit rocky, but like I said, I don't think that's this person's